Hey, what's it going guys? This is Riyad here again with another multiplayer platformer tutorial. Now in this video I'm thinking about actually upgrading the way that we send data to the client. So I told you before that while dealing with networking we should actually send the latest amount of data to the clients, and as you can see here, so let's take this as example, sensor byte more data. So basically this script will send all this data in one frame. So this code will be executed 30 times in a second. That means if we have like 10 objects in the game and we're sending I don't know, 10 info per object, that means we're going to send 100 information in one step. Okay, and this is actually a huge amount of data to send. So I'm thinking about using remote objects to to render the clients and stuff like that. So basically first thing I need to do, go back to the server, and so in the step event we are going to actually, let's say, remove those here. And so the first thing we're gonna start off, well, let's actually make another script. Let's actually call it, let's actually create a folder, and I don't know what we call it, actually remote. Oops, let's, okay, remotes, right? And so I'm going to create a script, and let's call it create network object. Okay, this script will need network ID, the owner ID, what else, TMID if necessary for the player, the X, the Y, the vertical speed, and the edge speed. Okay, so we'll get back to this script later, but for now I'm going to create actually let's go back to the do we have a controller here? Actually I didn't we should have a controller, by the way. We don't. I just this is the video. Anyway, actually it's gonna be fine if we create it in this server. Okay, so I'm going to drag a script here, and let's call it remote variables or something like that. So you're gonna need global, some global variables. First one is gonna be last remote ID, and let's start by 0. Okay. What else? Actually, that's fine for now. Okay, so let's get back to the create network object. Yeah. So let me just do it just to get let's actually just get this. Okay, so we're going to read the player buffer, and the ID that we're gonna send is let's actually make other constants, and let's call it create network object CNO, if that makes sense. Okay, gonna have the value of 50. So let's let's replace the CNO. Shame it's called name, by the way. Whatever. So yeah, in this script we're gonna set well, first of all, we are going to set the ID. So each object on the game is gonna have his own network ID. So gonna use the player buffer, and the type's gonna be buffer. I think U60 is gonna be fine. And the value here is gonna be global last remote ID, I guess, or what did we? Yeah, plus plus. Okay. What else? Well, the next thing we're gonna set the owner ID. So buffer right. Let's actually copy this piece of code here, and just going to replace this by the argument 0. Okay. Next thing we're gonna set is the TMID. It's gonna be argument 1. Okay, this is optional. I mean, if the object that we are gonna create is a player, that means he needs a TMID. Else, I'm just going to use -1 as the TMID for objects like monsters and yeah. Next then is the X and Y, which basically are the same as other arguments, except that I think we gotta erase it by silent 16-bit integer. What else? The vertical speed and the horizontal speed. Well, actually, let's check the H speed first and then vertical speed. I don't know why, but okay, and I think S60 is gonna be fine. Okay, and last thing we need to do is, of course, network send packet. Oops, I think we forgot the main arguments here, and that's the socket to send to. So it's gonna be argument well, it's gonna be the first argument, so we're gonna replace this by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Okay. So first of all, the socket's gonna be argument 0. The buffer ID is the player buffer, obviously, and the size buffer till player buffer. Okay. Oops, what's up? Oh, how do I remove this breakpoint? No, it's somehow I think I pressed F9. Alright, so now we have a script to create a network object, right? So, now we're gonna get back to the receive data script, or receive data script, and here we're gonna say, oh wait, actually I'm not recording the full screen, so I think you can see the script. Just okay, we're going to put it here. So when a client joined the game, I don't know where, it's obviously not in this prone command. I think we will need to make another command. Yeah. So let's say here if cmd equals get network objects, maybe gno. What a cool name. Well, let's actually make this it's gonna be 60. Alright, and I'm gonna get back to the client, and once we create the client, or once we connect to the server, that was weird. So we're going to send a request to get network objects so the client can create them. Right? So here we're gonna obviously make another script. So remote, I'm going to create another folder inside this one, and I'm gonna go with client. Okay, client, and get network objects, which I'm not terminating on here. I really can't see the screen correctly because it's too small. I mean too big, so the font is too small. Yeah. So this script doesn't need any arguments basically. I'm just going to buffer C. So it's gonna be the I think it's called buffer if I'm not wrong. The base buffer 6 start 0. Okay, and we're gonna just use one ID. This basically right. Maybe buffer U8 and GNO. Gonna send the ID, and then we're gonna send the packet. Network send packet. Network send packet. So we're gonna use the socket. The buffer ID is buffer. Hopefully it's buffer. I really can't remember the name of the variables that we have here, but whatever. Actually, I'm wondering if I might record it at the first place. I mean, I think I am. Oh, I think you cannot see the script. Oh, I'm really sorry, guys. Because I actually have two screens now, and I'm really confused while recording, so I'm not sure which screen is appearing. And the screen that I'm recording on is not. It's actually. Yeah, I think it's. I forgot it. I think it's 9020 by 1080. So yeah, it's pretty big. But yeah. So if you create, wait. So this is the script that I just made. If you couldn't see it, but here I'm just going to call the script. So get network objects. Okay. Get network objects. Alright. So now the receive data script with a client. Wait, why is it not tiling it? Okay. So when a client send this request to the server, we will create, or at least send him this. Basically, we will send some information to this client that sends us this command and create the objects that are on the game. So, how are we gonna do that? Well, so this is why we have created this create network object. So for now, for each objects on the game, well, we're going to have another group here called remote objects. Okay, so these are the objects that we're gonna use to render the object. So let's call this obj remote player. It's gonna have the sprite of a player, basically. Okay, set sprite for the player here. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say here, for var I equals 0, I is less than instance number obj player, okay, I plus plus. Then we're going to create network object. So first of all, we're gonna need the socket. It's gonna be socket here. The network ID. Well, basically, network ID shouldn't be. Where is it? Where is it? This the order ID, the team ID, X, Y. Yeah. So I should probably do like this. Okay. But we need the owner ID. Okay. So before doing that, we need to get the player basically. So var remote player equals instance find obj remote player, basically not player, so change this one here. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna find every player here. Okay, so here we're gonna send them the owner ID, which is a variable that we're gonna create later. The team ID, all right. So RPL team ID, the X, the Y, and basically the H speed, and finally the vertical speed. Okay, so with this script we're going to send all this information to the client so he can create his own remote player on the game. Alright, so now we're done with this get network object. Alright, let me just see how many okay, nearly 20 minutes. Yeah, so as I told you, this script will send all this information to the to the client. But first we have a problem. We don't have any remote objects or remote player on the game. So let's actually get back to this remote player. Alright, this is the remote player. And we're gonna add some well, let's actually paste the, where is it? I think we have this. Yeah, so player. Well, let's actually duplicate this one. Okay, let's remove it to here. Yes, whatever. Oh, I think you couldn't. Right, I'm really confused with the screen. So basically, I just copied this object, or duplicated, by the way. And we're going to change the name here. Obj remote player. Okay. And let's see what are the variables that we have here. Well, let's actually create some owner ID, or I think we don't need to do that. No, we need to do that. So the owner ID is going to be -1. The team ID 2 is going to be -1. What else? And the remote ID 2. So this is going to be the unique. This is going to be the unique ID for the object. No one can have the same ID as this object. Non a bullet or a monster. The remote ID or the remote network ID is It's gonna be unique for each object that we're gonna render on other clients. Alright, so now we need to create those remote players on the game. So basically, I'm going to the receive data script. So when the client sends a request to spawn a player, we are going to basically create a remote player on in others for other clients. So basically, we're going to search for the socket. So var I equals 0. Are we using? So let's just change this to R equals 0. R is less than this list size. This list size. The ID is gonna be the sockets, I guess. Yeah, it's obviously the socket. R plus plus. Okay. So we're gonna find the sockets basically. And here we're gonna create network object or whatever. Yeah, so here so you see, create network object. So the socket's gonna be used is socket here. The owner ID. Now the owner ID is the the socket basically. It's gonna be the socket. The team ID will be, we gotta get it from here. Where is it? Yes, it's gonna be PL. Is it PL dot team ID? Okay. The X, so PL dot X, PL dot Y, PL dot H speed, PL dot vertical speed. Okay. So with this script, we're going to create objects on other clients. This is when we spawn a player, right? This only when a client sends a request to spawn a player. So I'm gonna get back to the client folder here. I'm gonna create another script and let's call it create network object. Well, I'm not sure if we should actually do it in a script or not, but for now I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is get back to the client networking. So if here, so I'm gonna say here if buffer ID equals wait, create network object CNO. Then I'm going to first, it's actually I'm going to open this script. I'm going to put it on the other screen so I can see the variables that we are sending. So first of all, we're going to have the last remote ID. I'm going to call it remote ID. This is the unique one, alright? The second one is the owner ID. Owner ID. Team ID, X, Y, and H speed and vertical speed. Alright. So the remote ID is gonna be buffer buffer, and the type's gonna be, I think it's buffer U60. Okay. Let me just copy this like. I think that's too much. Well, this one's gonna be the owner ID, which is also U16. The second one is the team ID. Okay. Well, now these are the X, Y, H speed, and the vertical speed, and we have an extra line here, so it's related. Well, basically these are S16, and so the X and Y. Okay, so so now we're going to create the actual object, and let's actually say network create. Oh, I actually forgot the main variable here, and it's basically the object to create. So I'm going to add it here. This was actually too stupid. It's gonna be an argument. Wait, yeah, that's all. 7. So I need to get the object from here. So our obj equals property. I think it's S16 or whatever. Network create. Oh, what am I doing here? It's actually instance create. Well, let me just fix what I did here. So in this case, we're going to create the obj remote player. Okay. And when a client spawning his player, we're obviously going to create an obj remote player too. Okay. So here, the instance to create is gonna be well, first this is the XX, YY. The object is gonna be obj, which is the object that we're gonna get from the script. Okay. Let's make this as a reference. So our remote object is this. Okay. Yeah. So now remote object dot let me just see the variables we created here. We have a remote ID equals our ID. The owner ID equals owner ID. TM ID equals the TM ID. Okay. Now I'm also going to set the H speed. It's gonna be remote or okay. So now we're done. So basically, what I'm going to do, well, since we have this remote player, I'm going to wait. So in the draw event, yeah, why not? Oh well, basically we of course need to draw it. So draw self, and also I'm going to well, draw text XX, or should I say XY, and it's gonna be the string of the remote ID plus slash here, the string of wait, we need a bracket here, plus the string of oh god, and also the string of the owner ID. Okay. And string of the team ID. Okay. Now for quick testing, I'm going to run the game here. And let's see how many errors we will get. Well, so now, oh well, I think it's not going to work. Well, actually it will, but I'm going to use the team deathmatch to create, and yeah. Oh, interesting. So this is where is it? OBJ network event receive data. Not line 8. Where is it? Yep. So now I'm going to press the D button, and you'll get an error. So let's see what's that. Variable get HP. Oh, so the code is working actually. So as you can see, since we got this error, that means we have created an object, which is a remote player. And as you can see, he didn't know what HP I'm talking about. And that's alright, because we don't have this variable. So I'm going to the step event here. Let's try to look for this HP thing or whatever. Yeah, so this let's actually see how many HP we have. I think none here, seriously. Oh yeah, wait, there is but what if we... Yeah. But what if... I think we also have... well, obviously we don't need those events. We also don't need the alarms basically, because we're just going to use this remote player to move the player. So we're just going to set the X and the Y, and you know, we're going to need the stem event only. But whatever, I'm going to leave them for now, and I'm going to create another instance of the game. So, come on. Oops, okay. So now I'm going to press R, and yeah, so as you can see now guys, we have a player on the game. Of course we cannot make it move or something, but this player, as you can see, his team ID now is 2, which is the client socket or whatever. But yeah, so now the script is working. But when the client's connected to the game, basically, let's actually make a quick change here. It's actually not a change, but where is it? It's working. I think it's the last. Yeah. So here, before creating the object, we need to make sure that the player doesn't already have a player of the game. So what we're going to do here. So far, for var I equals 0, I is listed instance number. Well, basically this only if the object that we're gonna create is remote player, right? So we're just going to check this only if we're going to create a player, and of course the player can have more than one bullet at the same time, but he cannot have more than one player, right? So I'm going to see how many remote player we have on the game. Obviously obj remote player. Okay, I++, and I'm going to see every remote player. So for var I equals 0, what I'm doing, var e equals instance find obj remote player I. Okay, now I'm going to see if p dot well, in this case it's gonna be p dot remote or owner ID. Okay, so this is why we have this variable owner ID equals to the ID that we are going to create now. So in this case, with PL instance destroy. Okay, we also need to break the for loop. Alright, so now I'm going to create an application, not a state one. There's the Windows. Hopefully it will work. Multiplayer platform. Okay, let's save it. Yep, whatever. Oh no! Wait. I always actually forget to change it to single run executable. And okay, I'm going to create it now. Alright, so I think it's done now. Where is it? Is this one? Nope. It's this one. Okay. Hopefully we will not get any errors. I don't know if you guys can see the full alright. Now I'm going to create well, I'm going to spawn layer here. Hopefully we connect. Yep, so this is exactly what I wanted. So as you can see here, both of the clients can see an object. Well, this client can see his object because of the spawn event, because this client is created because of the spawn event script, or whatever we call it. But this client doesn't create his own player yet, but he can see the other player. That's because when the client joined the game, let me just where is it? Yeah, when the client joined the game, he will send a GNO request, and with the GNO request, he will be able to get all the objects. So this the server will send him this info to create the objects basically. So this is why this client can see an object. So now I'm going to join the blue team, and yeah, so as you can see it's working. Now the ID of the teams is working fine, so you can see this is 0. The remote wait, I think there is something wrong with this is the owner ID, which is fine. Yeah, this is fine, but there's something wrong with the remote ID, because as you can see here, so as you can see here, the remote ID of this player is 1, right? In the other screen, the remote ID of this player is 0, right? The remote ID of this client is 2, and the remote ID of this player is 3. So you have something wrong with the remote ID, which is totally fine for now, since we're not using it. But this was all for today, guys, and I hope you like the new system for sending the data to other clients. It's actually more efficient, because it's not good practice to use all those sending too much data to other clients. It's it's actually bad practice and not good programming. So yeah, from now on I'm going to use this system to move the players, and basically in the next video we're going to use this receive data script. So as you can see, in order to move the player, we're going to use this piece of code here. So when the server gets those information from the client, we will call another script here to look for to get these variables and paste them into the remote player itself so it can move. Alright, so that was all for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching the video or whatever. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.